Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, December 17th. Pretty mild morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Warm frontal system passed through the region yesterday, produced some shower activity, even a brief period of heavier shower activity during the midday and early afternoon hours. A cold front actually has swept through the region just in the past few hours. Cold air will not become noticeable until the overnight hours. Today will be a relatively mild day, although the breeze will pick up. That is one signal that a different air mass is moving into the region. Breeze will pick up out of the northwest over the next few hours and actually could gust to 25 miles per hour in some parts of the Mid-Atlantic region over the next several hours. Again, turning colder tonight. It remains colder than normal on Thursday and Friday. We get back to the colder than normal pattern for the remainder of the week here. And then this weekend, low pressure will pull out of the southern states towards the mid-Atlantic coastline. The latest indications are that this storm will remain rather weak. It looks like at this point only a light to moderate precipitation event later Saturday night into the early part of Sunday. There are some signs that an inverted trough could produce additional shower, rain or snow shower activity in the Mid-Atlantic region on Monday, and then the potential exists for a stronger storm to affect much of the eastern part of the country on about Wednesday of next week, Christmas Eve. Odds at this time favor rain in the I-95 corridor. It looks like that storm may then set up a cold pattern in the Mid-Atlantic region for the week between Christmas and New Year's. Well, let's take a look at the latest surface map. Again, cold front has pushed through rather unnoticed in the last few hours. It came through dry. Now there will be an increasing northwest wind, but temperatures again will remain relatively mild, touching 50 degrees in many parts of the I-95 corridor. Colder air will certainly become noticeable tonight, however, as temperatures drop to 30, perhaps even into the upper 20s in some suburban locations along the I-95 corridor. And then the next couple of days, thanks to this high pressure, chilly high pressure, will remain colder than normal for this time of the year, with high temperatures struggling to pass the 40-degree mark in much of the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, here's a look at the latest nationwide radar image from Mesonet.org. A couple things. First of all, the frontal system again came through on the dry side here. The cold front I'm talking about. Yesterday's warm frontal rains are way up here in northern New England. Basically a rain-free day here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, the probably the main weather story of today will be the pickup of the winds out of the northwest, perhaps gusting to 25 miles per hour or so over the midday and afternoon hours. It'll stay relatively mild with highs near 50, but colder air will become quite noticeable tonight. Now notice here in Southern California, an area of rainfall, there's another disturbance moving in onshore right now, and this actually is the upper level disturbance that will move right across the country out of the south and towards the Mid-Atlantic coastline over the weekend. So this is just now moving onshore. The computer forecast model should have an even better handle on things over the next, perhaps the next run or two, as the upper level disturbance here that will play a role in that weekend Mid-Atlantic storm system just now moving onshore in Southern California. Well, here's the latest infrared satellite imagery loop. A spin in the atmosphere here, low pressure over the Great Lakes, and again, colder air is now rushing over the Midwest and will become noticeable here in the I-95 corridor in the overnight hours, and on Thursday and Friday it'll stay below normal. Stream of moisture from the Pacific into the southern part of the nation, and right here, the frontal system now moving into California with another one right on its heels. This area right here is the upper level energy that will help to set the stage for a Mid-Atlantic system that eventually looks like it'll reach the Carolina coastline along around Saturday night or early Sunday and then move off the coast. Right now, all indications are that it will remain rather weak with only a light to perhaps moderate precipitation event here in the I-95 corridor. Well, let's take a look at the 500 millibar forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for this potential weekend storm system here in the Mid-Atlantic region, because I think it really tells the story. This is actually the current conditions here as of Wednesday morning And here is that wave of energy in the upper part of the atmosphere that will play a role in the Mid-Atlantic system, the weekend Mid-Atlantic system. Again, just moving onshore now in California. Let's jump ahead 48 hours to see what happens here with this particular system. And here we go by Friday morning. This is the forecast from the last night's 0Z GFS model run. That upper level shortwave moves all the way to Texas. Notice kind of some kind of a disjointed upper level energy all the way up across the northern plains. At one time it looked like this area would phase in with this area and produce a stronger storm. It still could happen, but the odds are increasingly against that right now. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours here to Saturday morning. And here's the upper level forecast map from last night's 0Z GFS model run for Saturday morning. Here's that upper level trough here that just now is moving onshore in California, goes to Texas by Friday, and right in this region here come Saturday morning. Notice another upper level wave over here in the northern plains, but again, they're not quite phasing in together, and hence the weak outlook, W-E-A-K, the weak outlook for the weekend storm system here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Let's now jump ahead to Sunday morning's forecast map. And here we go. By Sunday morning, all of that energy is now off the Mid-Atlantic coastline. A rather suppressed look to this. And certainly not any kind of a deep trough here in the Mid-Atlantic region or off the coast, as the phasing just will not occur between a northern branch upper level piece of energy and the southern branch system. Let's now take one look at a surface forecast map from last night's 0Z GFS model run. And here we go for Saturday evening time frame. Weak low pressure sitting off the Mid-Atlantic coastline. There is indeed some precipitation. It's not completely dry, at least not yet completely dry, but a relatively light precipitation event, perhaps up to moderate in some areas. But right now the system is looking relatively weak, with only light to perhaps moderate precipitation destined for the Mid-Atlantic region later Saturday night into the day on Sunday. We'll, of course, monitor this over the next couple of days, as things still could change. It's still a few days away, but right now the weekend system is looking rather weak. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.